everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the one with the recapping Friends Season 5. Six? Okay, I blame my notes. I have this thing on Microsoft Word that'll be when I open a document. It's like, oh, the last time you logged in, so I clicked that. It brought me right up to Season 5. Season 6. Ignore that. Scratch, edit. The one with the recapping Friends Season 6. As usual, I am your friendly neighborhood forgetful man, Soda. And as always, joined by Ben Big Fudge Rayner. How are you doing?
I'm so excited to be talking about this season. It had one of my favorite holiday episodes and one of my favorite romantic episodes of any TV show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be a great one. There's a lot of good stuff in this season. Let's just hop right into it. What is
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, I just said okay.
Oh, okay. Well, then Ben, give us your number 5.
It might get credit, but the one real things could have happened. The one in the alternate universe.
Slight punt.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to find it in my jumble of words. No, it's a slight punt.
Okay.
Mine's, I think, is going to be a punt as well. The one with the routine.
No.
Oh. Well, I'll be damned. Okay. So the one with the routine, just give me a second. Where is there it is. Janine, played by, at the time, one of the most famous supermodels in the world, Elle Macpherson, is appearing in the pre-recorded Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve and invites Joey, Ross, and Monica to participate in the dancing. While there, Joey wants to ensure a kiss with Janine at midnight, while Monica and Ross wrangle their way onto camera by doing the routine, their old high school dance. Meanwhile, Phoebe, Chandler, and Rachel search for Monica's Christmas present so they can buy her something suitable in return. So, what are your thoughts on this episode, Ben?
It's a good episode, not one of my favorites, except I love the routine itself. I love Monica and Chandler's. No, I'm sorry, Monica and Ross's dancing. What do you call it? Yeah, dancing. I don't want to say dancing relationship, but they're bondage.
Okay. I got what you're saying, and it actually was a similar point to mine. Like, if you want to see if you want to see them truly look like they really are brother and sister, this is the scene to do it, because they are exactly the same in this scene. Like, they're just completely bonkers trying to get on camera, and then this routine is just like, holy crap. Now that I would like to see them do at the Friends reunion.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
I don't know how limber they are now, but I would love to have seen that. But actually,
that
would be great. But actually, my favorite moment of the episode is actually in the B plot, and it's when they find the rogue bag under the couch, and they pull it up and they read the note, and it's like, I knew you'd look for it. Chandler, I knew they'd break you. And he's like, I love it, because I'm starting to realize Chandler's actually the one that gets made fun of the most in the whole series.
Yeah, well, it's just, even more than Joey.
Yes, I guarantee you, even more so than Joey.
Wow. Okay then.
Yeah, but it's just things like that. It shows how well they know each other. It's just like, yeah, of course you knew he was going to start looking for it.
And I love the reveal of what she actually got Chandler for Christmas.
Yeah.
It was a water pick, right?
A what, sorry?
A water pick or water purifier?
Yes, it was something along those lines, yeah. Very Monica. Very, very Monica. Alrighty, so what is your number 4?
The one that Joey pushed up.
Honorable mention for moi.
What? Rachel finds out Ross and Ross never got the annulment. So they go to the church, they get into a fight over the annulment. Rachel makes Ross look like the terrible human being that Ross actually is, to be honest with you. And while all of that is going on, Joey found some keys in Central Park that belonged to a porch that he ends up acting like it's his to meet women and make him is him. While all that is going on, Chandler, Monica, and Phoebe are babysitting the triplets. It is a good episode. I love the Russian conflict, and I love the resolution to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Joey being an ass, acting like he owns some Porsche. It is perfection.
Or as Chandler said, like Portia threw up on him.
And I love how usually Monica and Chandler and Phoebe take care of these kids. A little peek into what it could be like for Monica and Chandler days to come, or years to come.
Chandler could remember to not swallow little children's toys.
What is that?
Not on my end. I don't have any electronics on except my computer.
That was weird.
Okay. All right, so my number 4 is the slight pun from earlier. It's the one that could have been. This is a great episode because it's actually a 2-parter, and we get these vastly different versions of their characters. The gang ponders what might have been if Ross and Carol had stayed married, Monica had never lost weight, Chandler had pursued being a writer, Joey still worked on Days of Our Lives, Rachel had married Barry, and Phoebe had become a stockbroker. The story then takes place in an alternate reality. Struggling Chandler becomes Joey's assistant with mixed results. Monica plans to lose her virginity to her boyfriend Roger, but Roger's busy schedule intervenes. When Chandler attempts to comfort her, they end up in bed together. Ross attempts to spice up his marriage with Carol by suggesting a threesome, leading to his realization that Carol is a lesbian when he is left out of the action. Rachel instantly falls for Joey after seeing him for the first time in Central Perk, and the two nearly have an affair before Rachel discovers Barry is cheating on her. Phoebe lands in the hospital with a stress-induced heart attack and is subsequently fired after losing her firm millions of dollars. This is such a fun episode because they get to do something that most shows don't do, and that's they play different sides of the characters. We get 2 full episodes of Fat Monica. That's awesome. Fat Monica is a great character. You get the Phoebe, who's the opposite, where she's usually the hippy dippy aloof girl. Now she's like the power hungry stockbroker. And the Joey Chandler roles flipped. Joey's the rich one, and Chandler's the one that's mooching off of him. It's like, and Rachel with Barry, it's just like she's back to where she was in the first episode. It's so much fun.
I love this episode, and I love I don't know who I like the most. I like each character. There are moments of each character that I love. But I do have to say, I love it and I'm probably not alone here, I love it with Rachel and talking to Monica about her feelings about Joey, and she's like, I wish I could just take a break.
Yeah, this is. It's sometimes I don't know. This episode, I don't want to say it's fan servicey, but it's just
it is fan servicey.
But it's just so great. Like I said, you see all the different facets of all the different characters, and this is actually the first appearance of which one is it? Cole Sprouse as Ben Geller. This is his first episode.
Really?
Yeah.
And this is the first time as Jimmy, then you think Ross comes to the realization that Kevin Smith.
Mm-hmm. And it's
Every
just
time,
exactly how you would expect.
yeah, especially from Ross.
Yeah.
Actually, for me, the weakest story in this two-parter is actually in Chandler stuff. Yeah,
I
there's
agree.
some funny moments in it, but it's the weakest.
I agree. Out of all of them, it's probably the least memorable. Like, the only thing I remember from that is the no pulp orange juice. And even then, I don't quite remember the context, but everything else I remember, yeah.
And you love how Monica and Chandler still got together, even
Yeah.
though she's fat and even though he's broke and, like I mentioned him, a loser in this reality.
Yeah, it's almost like everything that happened was supposed to happen across all timelines. As I guess, as the doctor greatly says, it's a fixed point in time. It's meant to happen.
And you kind of love the tag when you see this other Phoebe sing the song for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, the other Phoebe picks up the guitar, and yeah, Jesus. Alrighty, so what is your number 3, my man?
The one with Elizabeth's dad.
Not on either of my lists.
Really?
I got another one of its episodes here.
Oh, I know which one you have.
Yeah.
But, okay, well, this episode is about Ross meeting his college-age girlfriend's dad, who they immediately get off on the wrong foot.
As you would expect.
As you would expect. And the dad sits out to get Ross out of the picture. But something you don't expect is Rachel and the dad end up not falling in love, that's way too strong, but end up
It's a fling.
have a fling. They have a fling. The main part of this A storyline is the actor who plays the dad. Bruce fucking Willis.
Yep. Like, that's a get at that time. Holy shit.
And yeah, it is funny. And the main plot story is Phoebe who gets her tickets? It must be. To a museum? Not a museum. I think that's more with it. Phoebe gets tickets to this museum. Then she ends up taking Monica and Rachel to. And the museum is beautiful, and when people get married. And I don't want to say as a goof, but then you put the idea out in the ether because it's a 2-year waiting list. Monica says, I'll put mine and Chandler's name on this list. So fast forward a few scenes. The place calls him, Monica's house, the place calls him. The place says, there's been a cancellation and we could move up the wedding. And who hears a message? There's Shan Man. So he gets into a panic and runs out of the hotel, one apartment. What?
You're describing my number 3.
They're in the same episode.
This, what you just described with the wedding venue, is the B plot of the one where Paul's the man.
No.
Ben, I have it right here.
Wait. Fuck. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The B plot of the one where Ross meets Elizabeth's dad is the one where Joey has the issues with the robot.
Oh, God.
And I'm the one who's high. So is your number 3 actually the one where Paul's the man then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's my number 3 as well.
I'm thinking of it.
So yeah, the actual one, like he's got it correctly with the wedding, the B plot, but the A plot is obviously Paul disapproving with Ross's relationship with Elizabeth and threatens to have him fired unless they break up. Meanwhile, Paul and Rachel begin dating. Ignoring Paul's threats, Ross and Elizabeth sneak away to her family's cabin, unaware Paul and Rachel have the same plan. As a lark, the girls put their names down on a popular wedding venue or whatever. So I think you got the 2 episodes mixed up.
Yeah. You think? Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a great moment, and this little run shows that Bruce Willis has some great comedic chops when he wants to. Yeah, exactly. When he's standing in front of the mirror with Ross under the bed, unbeknownst to Paul, he's sitting there and he's saying, "I'm just a love machine," and "Woo, baby." And of course, Ross, seeing this, uses it against Paul as blackmail. I'll show you the guest room. Like,
but let's be honest here. We both picked this episode, or I tried to pick this episode, because of the ending.
Yeah, of course.
In the ending. I don't understand that, Matt.
So the ending, Chandler intercepting the phone call about this, he obviously freaks out and he walks off. He comes back. I can't remember if he comes back and he comes back and Monica's there, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He comes back and Monica's there and he tells her like, I don't think we're ready, blah, 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 just stuff like that. And she says, yeah, like, I understand. Look, I'm sorry. It was just right. So she leaves to go to work. And when the door closes, Phoebe turns to him and he goes, "What do you think?" And his response is, and it was perfect. And he says, "We're going to get married." And then this is where the idea of him proposing to Monica starts.
Yeah.
Matthew Perry, when he's doing scenes where he has to show his love for Monica, is so underrated. Like I can picture it in my head.
Yeah, here's a question that came up that popped into my head. When he intercepted that phone call, did he really freak out? Or was he...
I honestly think at first he did freak out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think it was a legit freak out, but I think he calmed down on it pretty damn quick.
Like doing a phone call, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I think he was more shocked than anything else. And then I think during the phone call, he when he hangs up, I think he was processing it.
Yeah, yeah, I love this episode.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought. Let's not talk.
So, what is your number 2?
Somebody. This is ironic. The one we watched got high.
That's on my honorable mentions.
This is I think I got the right episode. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
This is the Thanksgiving episode from last season. Everyone gathers in Monica and Chandler's place for it. Chandler finds out Monica didn't tell her parents that they're living together because they don't like Chandler. And the reason they don't like Chandler is because when they were in college, they got Ross hot, and then they went into Ross's room and sniffed marijuana, and Ross told them it was Chandler who got high. And that's why they don't like him. Meanwhile, Ross and Joey want to go to Shanine's friend's place this celebrate because that's his friends, And Rachel is busy making a truffle and half-part truffle and half-part beef Wellington.
No, it was shepherd's pie.
Okay.
Yeah, beef Wellington. Yeah, beef Wellington is something. I don't think he used ground beef in that.
Yeah, no, fun, great episode.
And it's got one of the best improv jokes in the show. It's when they realize. Yeah, exactly. When they realize the pages are stuck together, Joey automatically Chandler. So, and the reaction he got was genuine.
Remember the Julius joke? Oh, one other Julius joke from the show.
Yes.
Yeah, what is it talking? What is it saying about Chandler and that magazine?
No kidding, eh? Yeah, the other dirty one that comes to mind is the episode where Rachel, Phoebe, and Monica all read that book about inner womanhood.
Oh,
and
yes.
How can I grow if you won't let me blow, or some of that. And Ross is like, I don't hate that. Like that's another dirty joke.
Right, but,
and there's probably a lot more that are not at the moment coming to mind.
Right. I just love this episode. What are your thoughts on this episode?
It is a great one, and it's funny that it's one of the few Thanksgiving episodes, if not the only. Yeah, it's one of the few Thanksgiving episodes where Thanksgiving isn't part of the main plot.
Yeah,
it's obviously it's there, it's the setting, but I mean, like, this is mostly focuses on the Gellers and Chandler's relationship. It's got nothing to do with Thanksgiving.
You have the one with the football.
Yeah, that's the only other one I could think of.
You have. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Well, the one with Chandler in the box, that isn't really Thanksgiving-y.
That's true. So that's 3 out of 10. Yeah.
And the one with Tag, I don't think that's really Thanksgiving-y.
Was that one a Thanksgiving episode?
Yeah.
Okay, well then maybe I was mistaken. Oh well.
Yeah, I just love this episode. I love that outburst at the end. With everyone confessing. And I love Judy's response. That's a lot of information to get in 30 seconds. And I love Keller's changing feelings towards Chandler. I'm glad 30 seconds from awful to state you basically hero worshipping him for putting up with Warsaw these years and Monica.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, it's great. It's amazing how quickly they accepted Chandler, but it makes for some great laughs for sure. Okay, my number 2, actually, up until about 5 minutes ago, was my number 1. The one with the proposal.
Punt.
Okay, then. So what are your honorable mentions then?
The one with the last night.
Mm-hmm.
The one with Unagi.
Mm-hmm.
The one with Washington Unit. And the one with the ring.
Okay, so mine are the one where Joey loses his insurance for the line, "Hey kid, you want to see something that'll make you cry?" The one with Joey's Porsche, the one where Ross got high, and the one with Unagi.
I have one more. I'm sorry. The one with Joey's friends.
The one where Joey's what?
Friends. We're refrigerator friends.
Oh, the fridge. I'm like, French? That's fucking later. I misheard this French. I was like, that's not this. Yeah, that is a good one, especially the way he's trying to convince everybody that they broke the fridge. Yeah.
I'm not talking to you. You broke my fridge. And then my Joey moment of the season is him asking everyone for money for that.
Yeah, it just shows how poor he is. Okay, so I know what your number 1. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What was your thought?
No. I was just going to say, at the time, does that make sense? Because isn't he on 2 shows at this point? Oh.
That's no, he doesn't go back to days till like the 8th season, maybe.
No, 7.
7, yeah. So at season 6, he's
Okay.
Okay.
So my number one.
Yeah, your number one was my old number one.
I got to know. We're talking about you do your number one first, and then we'll do my number one.
You want me to do my number one first, then?
Yeah, I got to hear it. I got to hear one replacement.
It's the one on the last night.
Really?
You should know me by now that the emotional episodes get me. Now, yes, the proposal is one of the best proposals of all time, and it is a highly emotional episode. But one is the one on the last night. It's just the 6.
Yeah. Okay.
It's yeah, that's all it is. It's just a 6. You've got the girls doing their own storyline because just give me a second. I wasn't quite prepared because I wasn't expecting to go first.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So yeah, this episode is the one where it's the last night before Chandler moves in with Monica. On the night before Chandler moves in with Monica, Chandler tries to give Joey money to make sure he has enough for his expenses. When Joey refuses, Chandler invents a game called Cups and loses the money to Joey, only for Joey to lose it all to Ross in the same game. Discovering Rachel has not packed, Monica and Phoebe offer to help. When the two girls get emotional, Phoebe suggests they think of the things they will not miss about each other, leading to a massive argument and Rachel refusing to leave. Now, what I love about this, like I said, yes, it's all 6 of them, but it focuses on the close friendship between Monica and Rachel and the close friendship between Joey and Chandler. And that's why I like it, because it's just them, and it's them dealing with a big change in their lives, and it is a precursor to the one where with Rachel's going away party.
Yeah.
They're similar in a way.
Oh, I love this episode, and you're right, it's a great episode. Ross is kind of sidelined, though.
You're right. He does. He doesn't really have much of a purpose about the episode, but that's because the story, like I said, is the two friendships, and like in order to display that, you have to have one storyline, one the other. I mean, there's probably other ways to work around it, sure, but
I think the funniest bit about Ross is when he had to make a big bend and a fucking head falls off.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Ross is spent the episode trying to get out of helping pack. Yeah, no, it's a good episode, and it just shows it's they're acting at their finest when they're showing their most vulnerable moments. Like, this is the end of Joey and Chandler in a way. Like, obviously we had episodes later on where they did stuff, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, yeah, and of course Rachel and Monica, to me, I think is the same to a lesser degree, though.
Yeah, I only found the bond between Joey and Chandler with, I don't want to.
It was strong. It was definitely stronger.
Yeah, stronger than Monica and Rachel.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is. Maybe we gotta get them together longer.
Because I mean, like, think about all the great couples we've had. We've had Monica and Richard, which are a great couple. I mean, Ross and Rachel, Monica and Chandler, of course, and then there's Chandler and Joey, the other great couple. Because it's true, they are like a couple.
Well, here's the thing, and I think I keep forgetting this. Maybe you do too. They lived together 2 years before the show started.
Exactly. So there was already that when we were introduced to
right.
them. And yeah, no, it's that's why I think it's a great episode, is because it focuses on them, on their friendship.
Right. Fair. Take your line. Fair enough.
Aha. And now we're on to the original number one for mine and Ben's actual number one.
The one with the proposal.
Yes. You want me to take it away on this again?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Chandler is about to propose to Monica at a fancy restaurant when Richard suddenly appears with a date and joins them. Wanting his proposal to be a surprise at just the right time, Chandler then pretends he has no interest in marriage. Meanwhile, Ross breaks up with Elizabeth, feeling she's too immature for him. He also reconsiders until she starts throwing water balloons at him. Joey accidentally buys a sailboat at a silent auction, thinking he won it in a contest. He decides to keep the boat. Richard tells Chandler he wants to marry Monica and have children with her. Chandler has made Monica believe he is uninterested in marriage, so she reconsiders their relationship. It appears Monica has left him, but she surprises him with her own proposal. She starts but becomes too emotional, so Chandler finishes. The season ends with Chandler and Monica dancing to Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton, and the screen fades to black.
Yeah, I mean, Lily Hands not my favorite proposal on TV. It's so well done.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the final page in Bonnie and Robin.
Yeah.
But come on, Monica and Chandler meet them as a couple.
Yeah, they're both couples that are perfect for each other in their own way, but Monica and Chandler is more pure, whereas the other one I'm pretty sure was anointed by Satan.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this. A stronger couple, Monica and Chandler or Olivia Marshall?
Ooh, you son of a bitch.
Nice.
Oh, that's tough. Because like Marshall and Lily have the advantage of longevity. Like they've obviously been together a lot longer. But
Monica and Chandler never broke up. And Monica never left Chandler.
Good point. It's a good point. So it's got to be Monica and Chandler then.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
For that fact alone.
Mm-hmm. Side note, this is Tom Selleck's last appearance as Richard.
Until?
Okay. In canon. In canon. That Friends reunion.
You don't think that would mean canon?
No, because it's not Ross and Monica Geller, Chandler Bing, Joey Tribbiani, and Rachel Green. It's Jennifer Aniston, David Schwimmer. Like, I mean, it's no. No.
Okay.
No.
I can see.
Yeah. And the reason why Ross wasn't in the celebration when they announced that they are engaged is because he had just left to start filming Band of Brothers, which I watched the first couple episodes. That is really weird to go from Ross Geller to that jackass.
Where is it? I mean, isn't Ross also a jackass?
Different type of jackass, though. At least he's a goofball.
Okay.
He's a goofball. The other one's just a jerk.
I knew Rachel's reasoning. Oh, he knows the screen time. He knows the routine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the perfect cover up. Yeah, it is a great episode, but like I was thinking about it, like I prefer the intimate episodes. Like not like this one wasn't intimate, but the other one was just more intimate because it was only the 6 characters, right?
So because it was your final episode, we should talk about briefly what did you think about Elizabeth as a character?
I thought she was all right. Like, I mean, she's memorable for the fact that there's the age difference, but for the most part, I don't think she was that memorable at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to be honest, the longest time I confused her and Bonnie Somerville's character that's coming up. I could never remember which one was which.
You know what would have been funny? If somehow in season 7, if after the breakup, we see Elizabeth and Tag beat up.
That you like Julian Russ.
Yeah, like Julian.
Yeah. No, overall, it's a great episode because it's not a great episode, sorry, great season because we do see a really good progression of Chandler and Monica's relationship.
Chandler is my favorite character, and to me, the proposal. No, because I was going to say it completely shooting from being the guy who freaks out to being a competent man. But he
That's
has
not
one
there
more.
yet.
Yeah, not there yet. That's next season at a
Nope.
point.
Not for me. It's the last episode.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see
You know
that.
where I'm going from with this? Because you see him at the very beginning as the hopelessly awkward and desperate for love. And then the final season, you see him with his child.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's for like, I mean, yes, he does achieve the milestones, but I don't think he becomes a true, mature, normal-ish guy until he holds his baby, his two children in his hands. I think that's the moment where he grew up.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I like that. I'll go with you on that.
Mhm.
But I do like seeing each stage until that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's great. That's why I love them so much as a couple because their progression as a couple seems very natural.
And I like how they took their time with it. It's not like they got together in season 5 and by the end of season 5 they were already married and had
Yeah,
a kid. They took their time
yeah.
each step of the way, and not only did it help Chandler, I really say it also helped Monica too.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And yeah, and I'll never understand the whole Russian relationship. That feels doomed.
That is an incredibly toxic relationship, but they love each other, so we'll allow it, even though the show's been off the air for almost 20 years.
Yeah. The only thing I regret about not getting a full reunion episode,
Mhm.
I want to see how Ross messes up the relationship after the finale. You know,
Yeah,
some,
you know
somehow.
it's going to come up. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes up where all the actors are asked where they think their characters are. I wouldn't be surprised.
Joey won an Oscar, maybe? Or an Emmy?
Yeah, I'd go with that. I don't think Joey's Oscar-worthy material. I'd go with an Emmy. Or Golden Globe because of all the controversy and he like slept with one of the Hollywood Foreign Press or something like that.
Phoebe.
I would think all the couples are together.
Yeah.
Even Ross and Rachel.
Really? Even Ross and Rachel?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, this is just our fantasies, I guess.
Do you think Phoebe and Mike settled down somewhere?
Yeah. Oh, well, I could actually see them.
You know what I think?
Hmm.
I think Phoebe and Mike make it big as like rock stars. Yeah, he was big on the piano. He was big on the guitar. Why not have them make it big?
I wouldn't be surprised actually if take that a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually made a band with their kids by this point.
Maybe the new Partridge Family.
Maybe
the Hannigans. The Hannigans.
The crap bags. Actually, even better, the banana hammocks. Okay. Okay, so Ben, what do we have to look forward to for season 7?
We have the engagement. We have a return of a. It's not a surprising return, but a return of a fan favorite who invited themselves to a wedding.
Yep, we have the birth of an extremely strange Jewish tradition. Yes.
Okay.
We have oh, sorry, I was gonna say we have the death of a very beloved prop.
Yeah. We have somebody leading interesting instrument.
Yeah. We also have an episode where you're left wondering if maybe Ross and Monica's family is maybe from the South.
Oh, come on! Who can play that character?
I didn't say I disagreed with it, okay?
We have Chandler. We have a discovery about something Chandler hates.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Chandler, we also have the first appearance of Miss Helena Handbasket, aka Charles Bing, Chandler's father.
We have. What else do we have?
Oh, Joey's return to Days of Our Lives in an interesting way.
Yeah.
The Susan Sarandon episode.
No, I know. What else? We have Insomnia Night.
That's true. The one where they're up all night, yes. And of course, we do have the aforementioned Tag make an appearance this season.
Yeah, he's a recurring character.
Yeah, but he first appears in this. Yeah. And we find out how Monica and Chandler ended up in bed together in the first place.
And we find out something about Rachel's past.
Yes, we found a lot. We found out a lot of dirty secrets for all these people.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And we'll leave it on that note. Thank you very much for joining us. This has been a great episode because these middle seasons are friends at their peaks. The best stuff they ever put out, in my opinion. So
thank you. Agreed.
So Ben, where can everybody find you?
You can find me right there at @Ben_Radio. You can find me every Tuesday with Matt here on Shooting the Breeze. Every Friday here on Rick Camping. Every Saturday on our show, Get Ready. Yeah. And also on Saturday, Matt Schmordell, the show where we go into players' careers. I believe this week we're going into Clark Wolves, so that's going to be interesting.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's it. Did I forget anything?
No, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And then you can find me over on my personal Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman, as it says down below me. You can also find me on all the shows in this network that Ben has already mentioned, as well over on my other channel, Schmoes of the North, where myself, Taco, Louie, Dave, and Daniel all sit down and we break down the matches going on in the week. There's usually 2 episodes of that, one after the live event, one on Saturday covering the rest of the matches. It's always a hoot. And then, of course, we've done our first episode. Our second episode, I think, is another 2 weeks away. But there's now a Star Wars show as well on the channel called Let's Talk About Star Wars that I am producing. And if you want to witness a shit show, I would highly recommend you come and watch that episode, watch that show. So on behalf of myself and Ben, thank you very much for joining us. And we will see you next week for the one with the recapping of Friends Season 7. Don't forget, everyone, stay sweaty, smash cancer.